Hello everyone and welcome back to Fatum Aeterna, Lord of the Dead, Fatum Aeterna, the fate of the Eternal, to forever act as the avatar of death for the corrupted mortals. We resume where we left things off last time. We have a battle before us, but first things first. I had two excellent name suggestions for the infested. And the first one was Bubby, which I love those like playful sounding names, but it was based on the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Death that wiped out a third of Europe, in medieval times. And I love history, so I really liked that name. And the other one was Darth Plagueis. This is, of course, a Star Wars reference, but when I informed the commenter that we've used Plagueis before, it was like 2 series ago or something, they then changed their mind to Papa Nurgle. And I'm a sucker for Warhammer. So instead of Papa Nurgle, I went with Nurgleth, which is Nurgle's name in the Dark Tongue. It is the Lord of Decay or something like that. And I liked it a lot. I was going to try and mix the two suggestions together, but I came up with this instead. So thank you both for your suggestion. Even though I didn't technically use them, I do greatly appreciate them. If you have any suggestions of your own, feel free to let me know, because we now have a mummy. Yes, I know. The elusive mummy, recommended 100 times over for 100 different reasons, is finally here. Why? I needed something to put in this slot. Of course, with the mummy being in the second position, he can kind of tank. We are looking for... Last time, I mentioned a cultist item that we were looking for, or I was looking for, and that is the mummy's item. And that is because the mummy, their unique item, makes it so that they will heal at the start of their turn for each curse on enemies. Each active curse on enemies. And when we're using the Wraith, we apply quite a bit of curses. And of course the infested as well. So I'm interested in testing it out, seeing how much healing he can really do. Of course he can heal himself with absorbed curses by removing debuffs. I'm thinking... I don't know what I'm thinking yet. I've used absorbed curses before and I like it a lot, especially for a particular dwarven boss, but we'll talk about that in the future. Because the mummy is in the second slot, we have the banshee in the third slot, which is unusual for her, but she is here. And of course in the third slot she can still act as an ancillary type character, supporting with her debuff, Accelerando, and applying dread bonuses to everyone else, even though Ossifraj doesn't really care, he's just there to be hit. And by being in the third slot, we can now use the synergy between the Banshee and the Wraith to move everything and trigger stress attacks on everything via the Banshee, if we so desire. Okay, that's everything. Actually, there is one more thing, but we'll talk about it as we hop into battle. Against this stuff. I didn't even go over what it was, but Conscript, Adaman, Elite Hammer, Elite Mad Mage. You may have already noticed it. Combat has been slowed down a little bit. I did ask... Do I just open up with Chilling Dread? Chilling Whale? I mean, we'll go with this. I did ask what everyone felt about 2x speed, which is what we were running at. And for the most part, everyone seemed to not mind it as much, or that much. But there was one comment I received saying that it was not so great. So I decided to bring things down to 1.5 and see how everyone feels about 1.5 times speed. I mentioned before that anything 3 times or higher makes me nauseous, so I kind of understand... Ooh, nice heal. I kind of understand why someone wouldn't make 2 times. It just grew on me as time went on. As I tested it and played with it more, it began to grow on me. Now, if that thought sleep was on anyone else, I could have eaten it with the mummy. Oh well. So, leave your feedback and let me know if you like 1.5. Why is everything getting damage? Ah. That would be why. Good job. Isn't reading wonderful? It's great. Reading comprehension turns out to be a quite powerful skill. I hope the mummy doesn't die before I actually get to do anything with him. Get up here. You are dead. Good job. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Remember, the Adamant is going to kill the Mad Mage because he is at now, well, less than 20%, which 0 is less than 20%. So the Adamant's going to eat him. And then she's going to run away. Okay. Good job. We did it, team. Now, my worry, I suppose, with this group composition is that the mummy cannot really... I guess he could eat that. Well, could have eaten that. He is a little weak at the moment. But maybe that'll change. Who knows? Also, I am aware that by using Nurgleth, that I've opened the door for all of the other Chaos Gods to join us. And I'm kind of okay with that. As I mentioned, I like Warhammer, and I like the Chaos Gods. You have negative luck. That's what this does. It deals a ton of stress damage and an additional stress damage for each point of negative luck.
Ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
I like that. I've never used that before. That was awesome. So as you can see, the mummy fits in quite well with your run-of-the-mill stress build. So I think if we were to use the mummy, we would want to...
Soon this world will be mine.
Not include the Banshee, I don't think. As much as I love the Banshee. Ooh, finally. Gray matter.
Through transformation, the will becomes free.
Finally. Finally. Now, I really like the Banshee. And I think that she is a very powerful character. One that can be even more powerful in the late game. But if we wanted to really utilize the mummy here, with his item that we haven't found yet, we would want something like Ossifrage, Mummy, Wraith, Nurgleth. I think that's what we would want. After killing an enemy with a critical hit, the minion gains 10% of the experience from the current level. Oh, someone mentioned this with the Bride of Iratus. The lovely commenter that was running triple Bone Golem Bride of Iratus, they were using her Wrath ability to kill people, which always crits. And they got... What did they say? They got the Bride up to level like 45 or 46 by the end of the game. And our hyper carry from the last series only reached level 37. So there's potential with this. Just not for us. If the total sum of minion levels in battle is less than 21, after a victory, Iratus additionally gains 10% of the experience. Well, that's kind of irrelevant for us. And all enemies lose 4 armor and 4 resistance until the battle ends. Well, this is the only useful thing.
Amazing what they just leave lying.
So, I guess we're taking it. Oh, I can't even use it. Okay. The armor, what was the other thing? Alright, I forgot. Oh well. I guess we're going to pop this.
Finally, this item finds its way into my capable hands.
But the mummy, we're going to go ahead and heal him up because he's going to be contributing once we get his item. I want to try out this build without the Banshee, as much as I love her. Ooh. Ooh. Guard, Elite Guard, Demolitions Expert, Elite Demolitions Experts. Oh, you don't need to be there. You can be there. Uh-huh. The only reason I wanted the Infested in the 3rd slot before was so that we could use Pestilent Rain and chip away at all those wards. But that's not necessary. Ah. I have just thought of something that could be a little tricky. Alright, bye. Ciao. I'm going to do this. So the thing that I thought of that could be a little tricky is the Demolition Experts, as they come up towards the front, up towards the first slot. They will then, when they reach the first slot, enter their stance, their uninterruptible stance. This is the end of the turn, so I literally can't do anything else. Huh. Okay. And in their uninterruptible stance, they will then explode. And we kind of get around this by movement abilities, of which we don't have a whole lot. Well, we've already driven him insane. That didn't take very long. He's hopeless. Before the Eternal Necromancer, all are hopeless. So I guess my goal here is to kill this guy quickly. Ow. Or I can just perma-stun him. I kind of like the idea of perma-stunning. Perma-stunning is rather effective. This guy's already leaving.
Ooh, this one voided its bowels just as it died.
I know, I don't do him justice. But I do. They say that mimicry is the highest form of flattery. I think that's how the saying goes anyway. And in this case, it's true. That was a 62 hit from good old Nurgleth. How would you even... There'd have to be a gurgle, right? I do like Nurgle a lot, but basically Nurgle, the Lord of Decay, is like this... What? Wait, how would you even describe it? A blob.
Mine is the winning side.
A personification of disease, decay, and eternity, I guess. Anyway, Wraith, hello. One of the candidates to receive Tzeentch's cursed name, if I were to say so myself. I was actually thinking about it, and it could have Nurgleth, Tzeentch, Slaanesh, and Khorne. Of course, Ossifrost's name is sticking. I'm just saying that that was what popped into my head. I really like Ossifrost's name. It's wonderful. And I don't get to say that word very often, so it feels like a fresh new experience every time it rolls off the tongue. Oh. I kind of wanted you to chill. Oh. Right, we're fighting a construct. Yeah, go heal up. Go heal up, Mr. Wraith. So, I'm just bringing the mummy for this. I guess we can bring... We'll just bring the mummy, because I know we're picking this. I just want to see what consumables we get. Terrible... Decent. Decent. But this is what we're looking at. The Cursed Bandages. At the start of its turn, the mummy restores 4 vigor for each curse on enemies. Now that doesn't seem like a lot. It doesn't. I know. But once last playthrough, we got to this. Where is it? The Relentless Evil. At the start of a turn, a minion restores 5 vigor if Iratus has at least 75 wrath. And just healing that 5 vigor at the start of the turn, what felt significant. And if you think about it, we're going to have the Wraith's curses, the Mummy's curses, and Nurgleth's curses. And of course, Nurgleth can curse everything. So that provides a large window for healing opportunities for the mummy. But we are fighting a golem, an elite headsman, an elite hammerer, and a doomsayer. How do we wish to approach this? We have a few options. Do we? The mummy can kind of contribute to construct damage. The problem is that this is not the hardest hitting spell, and I'm pretty sure you have 19 armor, yeah. It would basically be tickling him. So if we wanted to fight this, headsman... Do we just do murder? Murder in the first degree? What? Something like this. Because if we get the Hellion to drop the Helion to drop the cloud, remove the armor, blow it up with cannonball, and just rinse and repeat. Which means I want the fourth character to be support. We don't really have a fourth support character. I mean, I guess the Wraith is the closest thing we have. Because the Wraith can just dump Ghostly Veil. How helpful is Ghostly Veil for something with like 0 evasion? Not very. So we might as well just keep Nurgleth in there. This is going to be a very bizarre fight. The only thing I have confidence in, though, is Ossifrosh. So we got our brain. That's actually very interesting, Hex Bomb here. But I think we want to pop the Skull Torch here. I think I'm going to pop it here. Because for the boss fight, we definitely want to use Cursed Grimoire. Grimoire? That one. The Cursed Grimoire, because recovering Wrath is more important than just having a bunch of it at the start of combat. Okay. This is going to be curious. And hopefully, effective. Okay, we're going to need to... I don't like you having ward. That is upsetting. That is irritating. But I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to turn 1, blow it up. 8, mark him. That's fine. Don't care.
Rage released.
And then turn 1, boop. Okay. Again, it would be pretty nifty if I could just remove these wards. I might... Oh, well, okay. It kind of changes my plans a little bit.
Don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. Bony weather incoming.
I feel like we need to put a block on Helion. Should be fine, though. Back into the smoke cloud you go. It's gonna be time for Ossifrost to heal. How do I... Can I get rid of this ward? No. That's annoying. But it's okay. No big deal. I did also want to mention that today's episode might be a little shorter than usual. I really don't want you to die. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. A little shorter than usual because I'm tired. And I do have a rule of thumb, which is I try not to record when I'm tired because I make more mistakes than usual, as one does when you're tired. But I wanted to make sure this video was out for you guys on the right day. You guys, gals, ghouls, and cretins. The whole shebang.
This will be your end.
Ooh, betrayal. Oi. That was unfortunate. I think I'm still just gonna hit him. Okay, good. We did it. Nice. Things have lined up well then. I'm sorry, Helion. Okay. We're fine. Just keep people shuffling. Keep moving. Just make sure you don't get one shot by freaking... I guess you can bombard. Does it really matter? I'm gonna plague. Yes. No. Maybe. So.
Rage released.
So my goal just for today's video was to Ooh, Ossifrage can now interrupt it. I mean, calculated. That was exactly what I planned to do the whole time. Although that does mean that Helion is a little under threat. Maybe I block instead. Okay. I sold myself on it. I'm going to have to distill now, though, but that should be fine. My goal was to just finish the first floor today. Then we can end... Oh, we didn't do the thingy. Huh. Alright. Then we can begin the next video on the second floor, ready to roll against the dwarves. The Dawi. Of whatever. I could kill him. Sure.
As your suffering ends, your service begins.
It was a little messy. Not gonna lie. A little messy. Constructs always are when you're trying to do these pure stress builds. But hey, we dealt with it. We did what we would do best. And won. Now, Wretched Luck. This is an interesting buff. This would bring our luck to 64 for our next attack. I'm sorry, I can't remember who I was discussing it with, but there was someone who, again, was interested in the mummy build because the mummy, their feature, makes it so that anyone that attacks the mummy loses 10 luck. You can also go proactive and remove 10 luck permanently using this ability, although the positioning is kind of wonky for it. And the Infested can upgrade Pestilent Rain to Plaguefall to make their crits do obscene amounts of damage. And so we were discussing mummies, mummy luck reduction plus a luck infested. Of course, we could also force our hand in that by picking up Fate, which will guarantee the infested's, well, whoever's next attack is a crit, which would crit all of these attacks. That's something I'm actually quite interested in. We might not even need Wretched Luck for it. Might just go down the freaking thing. The Infested can also remove debuffs, which kind of double dips on the mummy's territory, but Nergaleth, unlike the mummy, can only remove it from one target, not all of them. But Feast on Malady could provide some pretty nifty buffs. I like the way I'm thinking. I think we're going to pick up Plaguefall.
Serve me well, my minion.
I really liked that idea when we were discussing it in the comments. So as always, leave a comment down below if you have a brilliant idea. Or even if you aren't sure about your idea being brilliant. I accept all ideas. Even if they may be rebuffed. Our Zambi has gained a rank. Now the question is, do we use... I don't want to talk about it yet because it's not on this floor. But I'm going to hold our points with the Zambi. We'll keep him in our back pocket, you know? Ossifrage, what are we doing with you, my good friend? We are... We need 5 points for Vigor. So I guess we just hold. Maxing out Vigor, it seems like it's really slow and boring. But the reason we're doing this is because Abyssal Engine scales off max Vigor. So the more Vigor he has, the more he heals, the more damage he can take. And the stack of Bone scales off every 10 points of missing Vigor. So the more maximum Vigor he has, the more Vigor he is capable of losing, the more damage reduction he can get. You kind of see it's all just kind of cascading together into a wonderful oblivion. I guess. This is a very strange group here. The Wraith does not really like to be in this final slot. The Banshee... I mean, I guess really, if we were going to do it this way, the Banshee would want to be in the final slot. Even though she can't Soprano, or Accelerando now, which is kind of unfortunate. But this way, the Wraith can still continue to do his thing. Always take Iratus... Well, okay. Don't always take Iratus experience, but I'm going to take Iratus experience. We have 66 Digger Souls, which means we can build... probably the Obelisk. I'm torn between the Library and the... Sorry, that's an Undertale joke that I was using in the last series. The Library or the Obelisk. By building the next Obelisk thing, we make it so that we generate more Digger Souls after every combat so that we can then build things sooner. But by upgrading the Library, we accelerate Iratus' experience gain. I think I take the Obelisk. It's early enough, right? Okay. So, a Banshee. You don't really have to do it in any particular order.
Useful if you can put up with their constant whining.
Yeah, it's not that bad. Most days. Okay, this combat is an Elite Headsman, an Adamant, an Elite Hammerer, and an Elite Demolitions Expert. Do-do-do-do-do. What do I feel about this? I feel like... What do I feel about this? I feel like I could be screwed. Really is what I feel about it. Talents. Let's pick up... We could start going towards Fate. We could pick up this too. +3 Dread's pretty good for what we're trying to do. Let's pick up Amateur Surgeon.
The formulae reveal their secrets.
So that we have a better chance of finding uncommon or better parts. And the Blackest Lodge.
Hey, I want to show you a little magic.
For +3 Dread. Now, I'm not actually sure if this is because of the difficulty, but we've already gotten 2 rare parts. We've also gotten like 5 uncommon parts. Or 6. And that's way better than what we experienced in our previous playthrough. We were pretty unlucky then. I don't want any of these. I guess I can Hex Bomb. Am I really afraid of... No. Alright, Hex Bomb it is. Sure. Use it up. Let's go.
Embellishes my undead features.
Does it? Does a Hex Bomb embellish your undead features? Lol. Lol. That's funny. Ooh. Oh. Bah. Oh no, I did it right. Okay. I thought I messed that up. But we're good. We're good. We're good. But I guess I thought all that in my head. What I was thinking about is that the... Oh, I don't have a debuff, I have a buff. Got it. The Wraith, their... Wow, that was a lot of stuff. Their... Is it W ability? Their W ability has a lot... Has 2 upgrade... Every ability has upgrade path. What am I going on about? Should I just wait? Sure. This. E ability. This has 2 upgrade paths, and one of them makes it so that it hits 3 targets, but it deals the same damage, and we rightfully took the upgrade that makes it just deal more damage. I could Terror Wave this. Is this a Terror Wave moment? That's a lot of stress damage. Terror Wave is very YOLO here, though. Are we feeling that YOLO? Don't know. Ossifrash could heal here, but I'm going to protect the mummy. We're going to go ahead and play some protection. We need to kill the demolition expert.
Antediluvian evil comes for you.
Okay, so he needs to die with this attack, or else... Whatever. Try. I tried. Now he's dead. Oh, good. That worked out perfectly. I was thinking the Adamant was going to kill him, but the Adamant killed the other thing and played right into my hands. You fool. Thanks.
One less annoyance in the world.
Okay. Congratulations, team. This went swimmingly. It could not have gone better if I tried. I mean, I probably could have done something better, but all things considered, this went pretty well. Guess I'll just Chilling Whale. I like that she applies that buff to herself, too. I should protect the mummy here. Yeah. Because even if the headsman hits Ossifrage, it's not like Ossifrage is going to feel it. You know? Oh. No. It's fine. Oh, I could have purged that buff. That might have been the smart thing to do. Might have been. Yeah, it might have been smart. We'll just heal up and be fine. Eh, we're fine. I was never worried. Only a little worried. Only a little bit.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
Really? Legendary dust? Floor 1? The very first moment we put a point in Amateur Surgeon? This has instantly... Not that one. This one has instantly paid off for itself. Okay. Okay, we did it. Good job, team. Okay, let's see. Now, with the mummy, I mentioned earlier this ability, we aren't really utilizing this ability in particular, but he can use it, and it has 2 upgrade paths like all abilities. One of them doubles the luck debuff for 2 turns, but I usually like, and am usually advised to go with Agile Grasp, which is a permanent minus 10 luck. Obviously, it can be dispelled or cleansed or whatever, but otherwise, if they can't do that, it's just minus 10 luck for the rest of the battle. There are quite a few characters that this is very powerful against. We're going to be fighting one soon in the second floor. His ability here, the Absorb Curses, is his support ability, and it goes in 2 directions. One direction is you upgrade its efficiency, and you remove all debuffs and you heal for more. Instead of 8, you heal for 10 for each debuff removed. Or you can kind of go in the other way, and you can remove all buffs from enemies, and you'll just heal for 4 vigor for each buff removed. And it really, I guess it depends on what you're fighting, but there are actually builds out there that run double mummy, 2 mummies, and one of them has Absorb Power, and one of them has Cursed Feast, and whenever one of them uses whichever version they have, it will heal both mummies. Isn't that the weirdest thing? Like, I think that's intended, but it's just not what I expected the interaction to look like. So, of course, I've had requests to run double mummy for quite some time, and I'm not against it. We just have never gotten around to it. Because I'm always so scared. I'm always so afraid. I've usually picked up Vengeance Beam here, but I don't know. I actually have a question about this stipulation here. This additional damage, is that just additional whether you have 1 debuff or like 20 debuffs? It's not per debuff. It doesn't stipulate that like other abilities do. In which case, Vengeance Beam is slightly less powerful. But I mean, that is still a sizable buff. And it gives me 6 accuracy. I don't know. I don't know, team. So I guess I'm just going to pick up Impending Misery. I like this ability a lot.
Enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Because the ability to move people can be incredibly effective. So this gives the mummy the ability to move someone backwards and, if necessary, pull someone forward. And I think that flexibility is very nifty. I like it a lot. Even though I haven't used the mummy, I just like it a lot. We are looking at the Spiked Bracers. Each time Iratus uses a spell, a random enemy receives 15 physical damage. Damage. Why does it say damage twice? This is actually very interesting. Not because I think it's good, but because this can be used to peel off blocks. Like, I've used this before, and it's just removed blocks accidentally and been very convenient. Just a thought you can keep in mind. The Glass Dagger, I hate this weapon. All minions gain 15 accuracy and 15 damage. 15 plus... What? Plus 15% damage until the battle ends. The effect is removed when a minion takes damage. That's why I hate it. Or the Hatchet. All minions gain +2 attack and +2 dread. I'm going to pick up this. Now, of course, the Glass Dagger is a bunch more stats, but the fact that it's removed when you take damage, which happens very quickly in some fights,
I'll take
I don't like it.
Tribute.
Sure, if you're running an evasion build, which we've discussed a few times, there might be combat...
It embellishes my undead features.
There may be combat encounters where you never get touched. So technically, the Glass Dagger is in effect all the time. But that's not a scenario I expect to find myself in. We're looking at the Elite Golem, Demolition's Experts, Guard, and Doomsayer. Ugh, what a combination. What a combination. They would give me a freaking construct right before the boss. He's in high spirits.
Behold my
Oh, I could have used a brain here instead of the parts. Whatever. He's in high spirits. Go ahead. Break his soul. Do it. Make him feel bad. I guess I want the Infested in the final slot, huh? That works out the best, I think. I mean, this worked out pretty well. I was not disappointed with its efficiency. Especially since... Ooh. The Demolition Expert is going to move up, and he's going to set himself on fire. And I'm going to have to kill him. Or... move him. The Banshee would be the mover. This just got really awkward all of a sudden. How am I going to move him? Also, Faraj, if you had one more level, you could do this. With one more level, we could upgrade Destroy into Onslaught, which pulls things forward, which, yes, isn't technically moving the whatchamacallit backwards, but you can pull something to move him backwards. Well, I guess I'm going to go with this, and we'll see what happens, I suppose. I feel confident-ish with this group. I might just try and blow up the Demolition's Expert. Does that sound strange? I feel like it should sound strange.
This world.
That was a lot of damage. Did I equip the axe? I hope so. Well, the hatchet, I mean. I hope I equipped it. Put this cloud down here. He's gonna move forward into the cloud. Calculated. I'm just gonna buff my weapon. Don't mind me. Lol. I like how he missed Ossifrage, and Ossifrage has exactly a whopping 0 evasion. None. 0 evasion. Please die.
One more for the stockpiles.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Now all of our problems have been resolved. We're good. GG. Actually, if possible, I should shoot this armor up. Block, whatever. Okay. Now, I am perfectly content. Except that we don't have enough wrath. That's a problem right there. Oh well. I'll just shoot it. Technically don't need... Oh. Technically don't need the clouds. If I was just gonna shoot it though. You know? Because he has 0 resistance. Do I run in 1 and 3 this? I mean, I guess technically I have enough Wrath now. If he survives. The zombie might die here. I'm trying to prevent that from happening, but it might happen anyway. Okay. RNG has decided that you get to live again. Well, for now.
You don't know why? There's no sun up in the sky. Bony weather in...
Because, I really have to interrupt something here, and that might cause you to die. Sorry, bro. Ow. It's okay. It's okay. This is the interrupt? Yep. Okay. Nope. No stance for you. We've had this discussion before. Have we? I'm sure I have. No stance allowed. You have 29. You've just enough to not die to this. You might die if I amok. Am I gonna amok for this? Sure. Okay. Now I'm gonna slingshot you to death.
Become part of the breathless tide.
That probably doesn't happen very often. I should probably block the zombie. Should probably make sure you don't die, good old zombie friend. You've served me well thus far. Okay. There's not anything I can do about this. Except lament, really. That he has ward again somehow. Really? You can do that to me? That's what's happening here? Get rid of your ward. I'll heal. I guess. Then I'll kill you. That seems like a good plan. 2 slingshot kills in 1 fight.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
Now we have double Vamp Fangs, and I still don't know what to do with them. Double the fangs, double the fun, right? Actually, these are like... Why are there 3? Why does the art have 3 fang things in them? Actually, like 2 of them are tusks. One of them, this little tiny one I could see being a fang. The other 2 are like actual tusks. I'm getting sidetracked again. Good job, Zami. And Helion, thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your service. I have no idea what we're going to be doing against the final boss. I just know that I'm going to distill, then I'm going to grab all my mana, and then we're going to go kill the boss. That's the plan. And then we're going to end the episode for today. Did I use this level 5 brain? Yeah, sure.
Skeleton will clean up this mess later.
Against the Keymaster... Do we want to try the mummy thing? You have your thing, right? You do have your bandages. I haven't been noticing them. Also, may have just completely missed it. Do we want to do the Banshee comp? Toll mana. I guess... Okay, so... Quick. Pros and cons. Pros to the Banshee group. Pretty good AoE. The Banshee, of course, has her Accelerando that she can spam. We have the Howl that can stun. Crowd control. Pros to the Mummy version. The Mummy can heal. Amplify curses. Devour any stuns that happen. Unless he himself gets stunned, then it's just kind of SOL. We'll go with our tried and true, I think. Sorry, Mummy. I'm sure there will be a time for you later. Oh, there's already 45 minutes in. This is taking longer than I thought it would. So much for it being shorter than usual, huh? The keys in his possession granted this man great purpose. For a bribe and a favor, he was willing to carry missives, arrange fights, and allow gangs of criminals to quietly murder their competition while they slept. He saw himself as a king, and the keys were his crown. As long as they were needed, he was needed. But the undead care not for the jingling metal, and for the man himself, they will have no need at all. I do hope I equip the hatchet. Lol. Turn 1 heal, feels good. Just start chipping away at these wards. Yeah, what am I gonna do with you? I guess we'll just go one by one. That's hilarious. Do it again. Thank you. I didn't actually think you would. We'll slowly chip away at it. The Keymaster, in case you've never seen him, I remembered to explain it. In case you've never seen the Keymaster before, here he is. He begins combat with 3 little summoned creatures. The fact that they're summoned doesn't mean a whole lot, except that they will disappear when combat has concluded, whether you killed them or not. And that they don't give experience, I'm pretty sure. Or something. Chilling? It's time for chilling, right? No, it's not. Not yet.
Hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Chilling is next. So basically, don't feel bad about killing them. I mean, if you feel bad already. I don't know. I wouldn't feel bad at all. Personally. Boop. Okay, well, do some dodging benching. He does a number of things. One thing he can do is resummon his minions as they fall to the ground in terror. Buff number 1. Remember, we have full mana, so let's use some. He can jingle his keys, which is not quite the innuendo you might think it is, and buff all of his minions. All of them. Huh. I really wanted to howl here, but he's not in position for a howl. That's unfortunate, isn't it? Now he is. See, there he is. Oh, and he already has a buff. How quaint. How much is this? Okay. Time for some terror. Hello! Welcome to the front line.
Ooh, I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
It's so nice of you to join me. Oh, your immunity, boss. Does it say that here? Doesn't escape. 33% chance to redirect any attack or debuff to the ally standing in front. Increase the initiative of all allies by current round number. Okay. Does that mean the longer this goes on, the harder of a time we're going to have? I was looking at her health, and Banshee is the lowest. Low. Betrayal. See? Jangle his keys. I guess it restores sanity too, I didn't know that. It's good to know that he's immune to stuns. I mean, it's a little late to know that, but it's good to know that. We'll heal, and then we'll go ahead and start applying some... Okay, bye-bye.
My will is a tide that will wash away your
We did it!
pathetic civilizations.
Yes! The shackles of war! Oh, that's so good. Skin of Alabaster reduces damage received from elite enemies. I don't like this item, but it's something. So the Shackles of War. Oh, this was an item I was searching for high and low last time, strictly for science. I could have built something, and I didn't because I'm awful. We definitely want to expand the library. Library. You get the point. I might as well just continue the joke now, right? Because I've screwed it up so many times.
Might I use this one sparingly if I care for my minions?
If I care for my minions? Do I build the arena? The Abode of Wrath is nifty, right? Starting with 10 Wrath is something. Especially when Howl costs, what, 50? Or do I just build the arena? I think we need the arena. It's important to keep your minions somewhat close to you in level. I really don't want to use an uncommon bone, but I really don't want to alchemy this bone. I feel like I need alchemy. Okay. It hurt me to do that, but I'm going to do it because I feel like I have to.
While this place is intended to be a training ground for my minions, the fights themselves have proven to be a rather entertaining time waster.
Ossifrage has reached rank 9. And I think we're going to go ahead and pick up Onslaught. This allows him to pull things towards us and mess with people's positioning.
I expect results.
Which really just gives him every utility tool. Like, there's nothing Ossifrage can't do. Like, I mean magic, but we don't need him to do magic. Magic's overrated. Magic is for the squishies, you know? We could just pick up some nice vigor. We don't really have anything, huh? Vigor is always nice, but we can hold off. For our Wraith, ooh, be aggressive. Be aggressive, he says, on Eternal Harvest difficulty. You heard me. I said what I said. I think what we're going to do... I definitely think Surgical Practice is pretty good. If we're being responsible. This is the disclaimer. If we're being responsible, I think we go to Surgical Practice, Durable Materials. I think that's the responsible move. But part of me wants to go towards Black Incense. Like Haste Incense. Like grab this little quarter here. Square. This little square here. Whip, Haste, Fate, and Black Incense. That also opens the doorway to Dispel, which is an amazing ability that I feel like is mandatory in many cases. The Blood Curse also really helps with the Mummy. You can just obliterate someone's luck and then blow up with the Mummy's Wrath ability. Slake with Darkness is also nifty. I feel like this tree here is more... It either is a luxury to have these spells available, like using Slake with Darkness to get rid of wards, or you're trying to build around the fact that you're rushing to Finger of Death, which we're not. Finger of Death is awesome, don't get me wrong, but I don't feel like we're going to be rushing towards it at all. So I think we're going to be a little responsible, grab Surgical Practice and Durable Materials, and play around with some magic. I think that's the play. I do also really want Luck Potion. Experimental Calcination is not bad if we're dumping mana like crazy. But currently we're not. Because we're playing scared, I guess. Here are the Shackles of War.
Now I will make mortals tremble before me. Well, even more than previously.
We did equip the hatchet. That was good to know. The Shackles of War are an awesome item. This makes it so that enemies cannot escape and they cannot become inspired. Does not affect unit features. Not quite sure what that little stipulation is there for. But the idea here is that on higher difficulties, you've seen quite a few enemies become inspired, which is when their sanity bar refills and they gained a random buff. This will prevent that from happening. And we can use this with a very particular creation, the Skeleton, and combo it with his upgraded Wrath ability, the Creepy Clank, to force all enemies to go insane. That is, of course, a level 15 combo, but it's a combo that is now open to us, and I am so excited for it. It might really be time for Stress Skeletor. And that is an exciting thought. But thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoyed. The first boss of Eternal Harvest has fallen to our stress build, and we, next time, shall open the way to the dwarf tunnels. Will stress continue to prevail, or will we be countered by what awaits us with the short, bearded people? I don't know, but we'll find out together. Bye-bye.